Hip hop found me. I always wanted to be a musician since I was really little. I didn't know that I was going to be a musician. I started playing basketball. My whole life, I was playing ball up until about 12. Was getting, some looks from high schools and middle. Actually, I was in middle school at the time, and ended up in the group home, moving around. And I think just my experiences and poetry allowed me to find my voice in hip hop. At first, I used to, make music. I played trumpet. I was trying to find a band, trying to get a band together. And I also, wrote raps and poetry and, experimented with freestyling and, recording songs of artists that I liked on tape in the group home because they had a cool staff there that was able to do recordings and things like that. And just being open minded and being able to tap into different resources. That's what's given me that ability with that. And what drew me into music really was just self expression. I can tell you the moment I knew I was going to be an artist was, I just got out of football practice. I had a decent season. I wasn't that great. I would say I was pretty trash. I was waiting for basketball season because that was my real sport, and that happens in the winter. And right after football season, the homies were out in the hallway, and they're like, "Yo, man, what's up? You should try for this musical, bro." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up with that?" Just open mindedness. And it ended up being someone who ended up being my foster brother. Shout out my bro Ivory, who ended up helping me live in his home, take me into his home and the projects when I had nowhere else to go freshman year. But before that, our relationship started that moment when they asked me, "You should try for this musical." So I tried out. I got cast as a lead role as a freshman in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And from there, I was like, "Oh, what's up?" That feeling, my church came through and everybody just represented. And God told me that moment, like, "You need to do this." And that stage, that feeling, it just took me to another place. And ever since that moment, I've been 100% on this music thing. Right after that, the next year, for sophomore year, I said, picking up the trumpet again. Band, I'm doing the choir, I'm doing the jazz band. By the time I graduated, I was class president, choir captain in the band, brass captain in the marching band, and on my way to USC with no parents. So this music thing really, it's emotional for me because it's the reason I'm here. And I don't have my family as much. I have my friends, my family, like the family around me, my rails, my homies, and the fans. That's pretty much it. So that's what it is. That's what drew me. The vibe and the authenticity of it. With the sport, you just are good or you're not. You can do some creative stuff, but that's about it. With music, there's no limit to what you can accomplish with that. With sound, like we still are experimenting where we're at with sound, and that still is yet to be determined. And if you can be the one to figure that out, that's special. EYE is everything you envision can become reality. It means that you can create something with your mind. As cliche as it sounds, you really can. You can think about it and write it down. And I write a lot down. I write out all my goals. Um, I created the idea for a 93 song project, and that came to me by writing a poem of 93 phrases or words. And then it became, okay, this beat works for that, and that manifested. So really what it is just thinking of it, trying it, doing it, and then seeing the results and repeating that. How did EYE become me? It was a rebrand. I was going by ZTV, Zarky the Vision. I was working with Delphic Concepts, my first group. We opened for Kendrick, Curtis Blow, Dazzle Corrupt. We did a lot of fun stuff, and I realized, okay, Zarky is hard to say, spell, remember, so I'm gonna go by something people can remember. And Zarky the Vision was the vision, the vision, being able to see, have foresight to where you're going. So everything you envision can become reality kind of came with the clothing line, and that's how that kind of got introduced. Hmm. I mean, to be real, I can remember one moment, the most recent one. It was a time when I started getting comfortable in my career. That's I really like this question. It was at the Hollywood Hemp Museum, and I had a set, and I just thought I was good, and I think. I just got comfortable, and I was in college at the time, probably drinking more than I should have, or experimenting or whatever, and kind of caught myself getting off my swivel. And the homies had to check me and say, "Yo, bro, that you got what's up, bro? Like something's off." So I really worked on myself, and that led to working harder on my album and being more deliberate with my revisions. So that, and then maybe before that was more of a business thing, but just a trust thing when someone setting up something and they told us it was a higher price than they paid, and we were supposed to help them meet that number, and it was a flab. So just knowing like who you work with is gonna result tremendously in any direction. So just knowing like, okay, this is gonna work out one way or another. That another could be a bad way. So just be smart about who you interact with too. How do I stay motivated? Uh, the music. The music really keeps me motivated. Like it's a never ending cycle. I hear the song, I'm like, this is the reminder. It's I breathe, live, eat, shit, whatever. All this. This is what like I live with. My heart is ever since anytime I hear a phrase, I might start turning it into a song. It's just something that I'm so accustomed to since I was very little. My father was a musician. He died, but my mother was into music a little bit. She used to sing to me as a kid, and you know, it's just a part of who I am. It's everything that I've been able to accomplish has been assisted with the music. It's my therapy. It's my ability to take a thought or idea or a feeling and be able to contextualize it and put it into something that's concrete versus abstract, and understanding that this is going to be communicated with other people. So yeah, I mean, there's certain things you can't do with black letters and a white screen. You need tone. You need to be able to have people hear you. And that's why when you hear me rap, I'm not always the most lyrical, but I will tell you I'm the most emphasized. I emphasize my words with tremendous